Well, hello everybody. Another video. This is a little video showing you can use the HM7000 Hornby decoders with Railmaster and with no problems. Some people are having troubles when most of these, I think it's like a Prodigy or a Gauge Master, when they change it over to DCC, the number of the ID of the loco is changing back to its original of 3. So, but I hadn't done that problem with doing this on Railmaster. Right. First of all, I've just renewed my Backman membership, and I've just received this today, which is a flatbed with a box on the top, and that is the number. Of course, this is only for the Collectors Club people. You get one of these every time that you renew your membership, so that's something. Now then, also came through yesterday was my yearly event on YouTube, where I had over the new year I've had 37 new subscribers, 9,777 viewers, 15 uploads, 359 likes. I've had 133 comments and 36 shares, and the most viewed one of last year, or this year I say, has been the Hornby magnet coupling video I did. So I get this thing every year, so I'm quite happy with that. So just a quickie. Now, before I really actually move on, there's a gentleman, I think his name's William, he lives down south. He contacted me at the weekend, and he contacted me just about a week before that, where he can't get the Railmaster on the PC to link to his controller. Now, I did try it on a couple of times. I've had another couple of people as well, and what has happened is my team viewer went crazy, and you put it on and it lasts 2 minutes and go off. But I've now sorted it, so whoever it is whose Railmaster is not linking to his controller and he can't set up the Railmaster system, please give me a call. I am here, and I will sort you out now that I know that the team viewer is working. So that was a little bit there for you. So right, we go on to these decoders. First of all, I'm not going to do a video on setting it up. There's hundreds of them all already. So what I've actually got one train set up on my phone and one on my iPad. Now then, one thing I've actually found, which is a disadvantage with this, is you can't have them both like this. So this train now, if I wanted to put it on here, I've got to take it off this, and then I can then put it on there, and the same version. Each one of these decoders has got its own code number, so it's individual. It's not like none of the decoders we see here today. So that's the biggest problem, as I see it. If you put it on your phone or on your iPad, the only way you can put it on something else is you've got to delete it off this and put it on there, or the vice versa, and that is the only way it'll actually operate. That's the only thing I've really found with this. Same, I've got it working now, quite handy. It's just getting used to it. Right. Now, one of the things is when you set this thing up, one thing it tells you is take the train off the track, wait 5 seconds, put it back down again. And you've got to do that 3 times. Now, as everybody knows, getting trains to go on the track and getting the bogies right and everything else, it gets a bit bumbly. So I did what I do with all my decoders. I used this, which is my Decoder Tester. So all I did is got the decoder, plugged it in there, which is the 21 pin on this case, powered it up because it goes off the power of the track. You don't use a program track at all for this. Then what I did is, when it comes to the stage where it says you've got to take the train off the track, all I did was unplug it, wait 5 seconds, plug it back in again, and did that. And then, as once you'd done it, I could actually test the decoder on here that all was in there was working on there. So it was great. So that's where I did mine. I do this with all my decoders. I put them on here first, make sure it's all functioning, it's all running before I plug it into the train, because if something goes wrong, it could be the train, it could be the decoder, so I do it that way around. What you can do, in one sense, is you can actually unplug your E-Link or your Elite and plug it back in, because you haven't got this on, you don't use this at all at that stage. Then what you've got is, I'll go around here, as you see on the videos that you do, you've actually got 3 pages of instructions. Now then, one of the things you can do with this, you see it says auxiliary lighting. There's actually 4 of them, but you can change the names around. And how you do that is, if I go, I think it's to this one here, go back again for a minute, up here, there. So this is the first bit here. Now what you've got here is, up here you've got data, functions and CVs. Because you'll be doing these anyway, so there's your functions. So there's one there, which is page 1, page 2, page 3. So we'll go to here, and we now go to, let's go back again for a second. Right, so what we're going to do with this, we're going to go to page 3, like this. See the auxiliary lighting one there, so all you do is tap it when it's in this mode, and there you've got auxiliary lighting. So you can change that, as I've done with mine, to the front cab, the rear cab, or coach interior might be. There's the actual function number, but also here, as you know with Railmaster, you can latch or unlatch functions, and this is where you do it. You just do that, and it does it. So if I have to go back to here now, so also what you've got, if I go to, here a second, if I now go to CVs, you can actually alter all your CVs as you see on the other people's videos. They're all here, all the videos, all the CVs. So you can change every one you want. And you can do this while it's on the run. So while the trains are running around, you can do all these already. So it's very, very good from that point of view. Now then, one of the things is, if I bring up my Westerner, which is this one here, which is 58, let me just find 58 on here. Some people have been having these set on fire. I haven't had this problem, but again, a lot of other people haven't either. So we'll just go back up here a minute. Come on. Right, Westerner. Right, so we go to here. That's it. Right, now, as you know, these are the functions which are put in normally on Railmaster trains. Now then, when what you've got to do with these, you've got to write in what they are on this, as you do with any other train you do for the functions. So what you've got there is, if I go to which will go like these here, what I can do with that is actually see it's on, it's off, so it's a latch, and that one is actually number 23. So on here is on 23, there it is, front cab, on, off. So you've manually got to write all these in, which is quite easy to do. If I go down here, not in use here, and go to here, and I'll just do this like that, and that then is put in as whatever you put in for the sound. That's how it works. Right, now then, one thing I did have a problem with, the Freightliner, which is there, that one worked perfect. When I put this one on, when I put it on to a speed, it was only going half speed. And I tried everything. I tried changing the CVs, that didn't do it. What I ended up doing, I actually took the train off here, put it back in again, and it works perfect now, no problem at all. So I'm quite happy with that point of view. But that's the only problem I had with it, is doing that. Now then, another one is when you've got it on here, and you come up here, you use the slider to move the train. I don't like using sliders or anything like that. What I do with mine, of course you do with Railmaster, you've got a shunt speed and you've got a cruise speed. And all you've got to do is set what your speed is, and it works. So what I'm going to do now is on this thing here, if I go to here now, and I'm now going to change it to DCC mode. On this one here, if I go to here and change this to DCC mode, I can now turn this off. I can turn this one off. Turn this one off. They're both off now, so they're not being used. But they're now, these two trains now are DCC run. Now there is one particular little trick one with these new decoders. It's one called automation. And how we do that, it's number 28, function 28. Well, what you've got here is if I go to the DAPL and put the lights on, which there they are, I'll now click the sound on. I'll now put the auto mode on, which is function 28. Now if I set the train off, it does everything automatic. There we go, ready? So that's doing that all on its own. It'll do different sounds as it goes round. So it's a beautiful little gimmick that is, it's got in the system. The only problem you've got with these HM7000 ones, if I do this now and brake, there's the brakes. You don't have to press any buttons, it's automatically done for you in the actual program. So if I just turn this off now, it's gone off now. The only problem you've got is, it's the same with Railmaster. What you've actually got is, the only thing it's got in the system is the, if I just turn this back on again for a second, you'll note this anyway when you've got the decoders. If I got to go in here like this, if I now just go back to Bluetooth mode on this, I must have to do this. If you go down here and browse profiles, there's not many Locos in this at the moment. This is the big problem with it. You can see them all coming up here. It's got very few diesels in here. So there's a 73, which I've got, so it's ideal. But this Westerner, of course, is a 52, class 52. And in here, there's a 50, 55 and 56. So I've just put it as a 50. Now, they are going to be putting more Locos in this, but we have to remember, the only ones that are going to go in here, like in Railmaster, are Hornby Locos. So if you've got an oddball, like I've got my 68 across there, they will not be on the system. You've got to try and find something which has got a similar sound to what those have got. And it'd be the same with every other DAPL, Batman, Elgin, all those. That's the problem you've got with Railmaster anyway. unless you've got the proper sound decoders for the sound files for that particular loco. And as of course you know, those things cost you about £120. These things are about half the price, well, about £60, so they're roughly half the price of a sound decoder. So you have two of these for the price of one big decoder. But say this is the thing with it. So if I actually come back here for a second, I'll have to go to here, go back to settings here. If I now go to back to this, go back up here for a minute. I need to go to this. Never find this one I want. Let's go back a minute, let's go quickly. I'm just still getting used to this. I've only had it about a week. Just click that there. Right. I'm now going to put this one back to DCC mode. I'll just turn that off there. So now I've actually got the Westerner now. So on this one, I've got the lights. I'll put the sound on. I've also got the rear cab lights on. I've got front cab lights, and I've got the tail lights as well. They're all independent. If I now put the auto on, and we now click this one. So this is a 50s, but it's got a 50s sound decoder in it as such. The thing is, the sound is okay for me. That's just done that on its own. Look, my hand's here, I haven't touched it. It'll do things, it'll ring bells and everything else on its own. Which is all automated, the longer it runs, of course. If I now just bring it round here. You can see the brakes will come on automatically through the system. So I say, if you notice also what you've got with with this thing here, if I actually go on this one, which is the Westerner again, and put it on Bluetooth, like that, and I go back to the train itself. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bring it round slowly like this. There we go. And all you do is press this one called brake, and the train will stop. Let go of the brake and it starts again on its own. So that's the thing with it. You know, there it comes. So if I now just go and stop it. Right, so now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch it back to DCC. So once you've done it on and put it on here, you've set it up on here, you can run your trains as normal trains all on your layout with no problems at all. So that is what I've been doing. So I'm quite pleased with these decoders. Now another thing is I've just been doing a bit of an exhibition really with my friend Steve from the Hobby Goblin. He asked me to help him with this particular project. And what it was is, not far from me, Leek in Staffordshire, in the Moorlands, they've just done a little thing for Christmas called the 12 Days of Christmas. And every day there was a different theme. And they asked Steve if he'd do the one, and it was called not the Polar Express, it was called the Solar Express, and asked me to help him to do it. So we went on Saturday, got there at 1:30, and we had 2 hours to lay the system out and the scenery before this lady from a company called Outside come to video the actual thing going. And then at 4 o'clock there was the door was shut, in batches of 20 people came in. We did the Polar Express soundtrack. I did my little bit running the trains around the track, bleeping at the kids as they went past. And these are some of the bits that we've actually done. If I can get it. So this is, when we had this one, this was the 9th. So we had over 200 people visit this when we did it. So this has all got snow on and everything else on there. So if I actually come back up there for a minute and go to this one. Like this of course is the pot banks, which we are, as I say, famous for the pottery here in Staffordshire. If I now go to this one, look at the little child's face, enthralled completely. So all this was actually built and running within 2 hours. But there you can see all the snow on the track and everything else. We put the lights around it. And we went from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. That's 3 hours non-stop. As one party left, then the next party came in. So we had about 2 minutes break, if anything, between each one. So we did that for 3 hours solid, myself and Steve. Now this one here, we go to this one here now. This was the end part of the run that I did. We did this after this part I did after all the children and everybody had gone. So that's something that we did over the weekend. It was brilliant. I really enjoyed myself on doing it. So that is it for this video. Let's say if the gentleman who can't get his Railmaster to work, he gives me a call. I am here at home, so I'm available to sort this out railway for him. As I say, I'm quite pleased with these new Locos that I've got now. So once again, my home number is 01782 302194. My email address is there as well. Please subscribe, and if it's possible, there's a donation button there. You can donate if you like to. And this is most probably the last one before Christmas. So I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year. And I'll see you again most probably in the New Year. Goodbye.